Meena here, extending a very hearty welcome to my channel Grow Joyfully. Through a series of videos, I am taking you through the very joyful journey of doing aerobic composting at home in plastic containers. In part 1, I showed you through a series of videos how to get started with a new batch. In the series of videos in part 2, I am focusing on explaining the composting process in a commonsensical fashion. This video that you are watching is the third video in part 2, and here we are going to use our sense organs to observe and understand the decomposition process that's happening in the composting bin. Only our sense organs to find out whether things are happening properly or not. For example, when I mixed, I found that the mix is unbearably hot. Right? This is enough. It's a great indicator. You don't need a thermometer. If you read some articles, they'll say the pile has to get heated up to a particular temperature. We don't need it in an urban scenario. Once it becomes unbearably hot, or you can feel the heat in your hand, that's more than enough. Heat is a byproduct, output of the chemical decomposition that is happening here. That means things are happening. So with our sense of touch, we can make out that disintegration is happening, progress is happening very well. Second, the sense of smell. You can happily smell this. All I smell is only the smell of the organic matter. There's nothing yucky about it. And it's an earthy smell, it's a mud smell, it's a soil smell. It's a kind of smell that you get after fresh rains. So this, always I try to smell, and I should not get a stinking smell. I should not get any obnoxious smell. It's an acceptable, pleasant smell all the time, not just the end product but the entire process. One more sense organ that we will use is that when we open the bin, we should first take a look at it. Invariably, you should find that the volume has gone down. For example, I packed this bucket, jam-packed it was, and then I found that it became 90% or 80% fill. So the volume going down is another indication that decomposition is progressing well. And visually, you can see two more things. One is, are there any creepy crawlies? Are there any maggots? Please zoom in here completely so that you can see whether there is any maggots or not. No maggots at all. People keep talking about creeper crawlies. There are no creeper crawlies. A few flies will be there. That is okay. But nothing unacceptable. There's nothing that is there here. And I have not even used terracotta, which is supposed to do moisture management very well. I have used a plastic bucket. Do you see any creeper crawlies? None. Absolutely. I am ransacking the bin to show you. This is not an ICU kind of an environment. This is an excellent ecosystem where there will be some creeper crawlies. Okay, some flies will be there. But in very few, maybe 10 or 15 in a tub like this, that is okay. But it won't be unacceptable. You can see a few flies here, right? That is quite okay. But nothing unacceptable. No maggots moving around, no lizards moving around, nothing here, right? And greens vanishing fast. Very good sign of decomposition. One more point that you need to see visually is that as you mix, initially I saw that some portions were matted. They were like this, and I was trying to do like this. That's what I would do by putting it in the bucket, but I'm taking it out and showing you so that you understand it very clearly. So matting should not be there. Visually, I would request you to touch the material and also see if there is any matting. If there is any matting, just remove. Right? As you are mixing, you make it a little loose so that the matting is gone. Why are we mixing? And why are we being asked to remove the matting? I'm going to explain now. You may also be wondering, why are we giving the mix a thorough stir from top to bottom, side to side, before we layer the greens and browns? Because you may be wondering, anyway we have a bin which gives good ventilation, air will go inside and that air will be used for the bacteria to breathe. Okay, let me answer that question. Then yes, free air circulation is provided by the holes in the bin, but inside the bin matting can happen because of some moist greens. or even cardboards can get matted together. So when they get matted together, what happens? Air circulation is obstructed. When air circulation is obstructed, aerobic bacteria are waiting for oxygen. Oxygen does not reach them, they die. And when aerobic bacteria die or they go dormant, anaerobic bacteria take over. And when anaerobic bacteria take over, they emit out some gases like hydrogen sulfide or ammonia, which result in rotten smell, very obnoxious smell. So the moment you get an obnoxious smell in the bin, we always say, have you given a thorough mix from top to bottom, from side to side? As I said earlier, you may wear a pair of gloves, right? Or you may cut your nails, scratch your nails on soap that I mentioned to you. That's what I've done now. Whatever it is, it's important that you give a thorough mix and ensure that the moisture is spread across the entire mix so that all the particles have an aqueous solution on top of them and the bacteria are living everywhere on each of the particles that are there. In the next video, we will understand the moisture level and aeration requirements inside the composting bin. Thank you for watching my videos. Have a great day.